Welcome back to the Big Gold Podcast, your weekly episodic listening experience where we cover WCW Monday Nitro in its entirety.
That's right, folks. We cover everything from Ultimo Dragon's 16 title belts to Hulk Hogan saying Luger's palm smells.
Right, you are, and we will be your guides to this wrestling odyssey, the voices of tomorrow, the Midwest mouthpieces, Mr. Peace, everyone, and I am Mike Ogden wishing all of you an enjoyable Monday morning.
All right, let's get right to it and ring the bell.
All right, everybody, we are looking at the October 2nd, 1995 episode in the Mile High City of Denver, Colorado.
City.
Mile High City.
You know what's a mile high?
What?
My suicide risk during this episode.
Through the fucking roof.
Real quick, I want to point out, I come over and Mike is on his couch playing the Switch and I'm drinking coffee. And I was playing him some songs. He's like, oh, this is going real good. Let me drink my rum and Coke. We'll get started. I was like, oh, getting a little crazy. And he's like, no, I went to take some aspirin and it was expired. I was like, that is the best excuse to be drinking before 8 o'clock in the morning that I have ever heard.
Hey, when you're third shift, any time is a good time to drink. That's all I'm saying. So we open this whole show up and Mongo's dog has some goofy sunglasses with springy eyes. And Mongo says, we're in for eye-popping excitement.
He should be put into an electric chair and murdered and buried in a shallow, unmarked grave in the worst part of Nebraska.
All of it?
I know.
What is the worst part
of toothpaste that have more in common with the average human than Mongo McMichael does.
God, yeah, it was out of control.
I
awful.
have flossed things out of my teeth that are funnier than Mongo McMichael.
Yeah, so we open up with that. Eric Bischoff tells us we've got this big double main event. We've got Macho Man versus Lex Luger with Lex Luger's career on the line. And then we have Flair versus Arn Anderson in the main event, the real main event, because co-main events don't exist, especially when one of them opens the show. That's called an opener, Bischoff.
Yeah. If you have wind in your sails, prepare for them to just be let down.
It's going to feel kind of
like
it's going to feel like this is going to go.
Yeah.
That's all of the wind gone.
This is the worst case of erectile dysfunction. It is just the case of the massive raging purple hard-on just boo.
Yeah. Which you do get your purple hard-on right at the very beginning because Ric Flair comes in on the commentary booth.
A walking erection.
Oh, yeah. He takes the headset right off of Eric Bischoff, cuts a promo against Arn Anderson.
Even he is tired of the commentary at this point.
He'd had
He's like, look, I will just do a better fucking job than all three of you.
I just don't understand why he didn't take Mongo's headset and keep it.
He took Bischoff.
Could have given it to anybody.
Literally, hey, you. Mr. You want to be a commentator in episodic wrestling?
See. Oh, man.
Why Ric Flair is cutting the promo. Bobby Heenan is clapping like it is chocolate pudding and board game night at the old folks' home. If you are in a bad spot in life, my just a little bit of just knowledge I can give you for a relationship, find somebody who gasses you up like Bobby Heenan gasses up Ric Flair.
Absolutely.
He loves this fucking man.
Yeah. Well, who can't? I mean, it's Ric Flair.
Really?
Yeah, especially if you're in the industry. Except for pilots.
Right off the rip.
Pilots probably don't care for him too much.
You gotta admit, after you break your back at a fucking plane wreck, you really just don't give a shit anymore getting on a plane.
I remember
Nosedive it. I've done it once. I'll do it again.
He's done it more than once. He's been in so many plane crashes. I remember hearing this story, and it's all alleged as far as I know, but it was Randy Orton and him were sitting together, and the plane was going down. And Randy, obviously not being in a plane that's gone down before, is having kind of a, hey, what's going on? What's up with this? And Rick goes, first time? And takes a big fucking drink.
So, you know what's not the first time?
What's that?
Them replaying the thing where Lex Luger says he's done playing with kids.
Beautiful segue. That's five
Beautiful
times.
segue.
Five times. Tired of playing with kids champion.
Don't get their hopes up. Booker T is not on this episode.
No, he's not.
You are going to be scraping the pudding bowl trying to find a remnant of flavor in this episode.
Yeah.
Something to cling on to. There's not much.
There's
some good stuff. If you like Hulk Hogan, this is your episode.
It absolutely is.
They talk about Hulk Hogan nonstop. Hulkamania.
Yeah, this whole episode is based entirely around the idea of Hulkamania.
The castle of Nitro is constructed around Hulk Hogan at this point.
Yeah.
That's the only person they care about.
The only thing that's guarding this castle of Nitro are these 24-inch pythons.
I hate you. you.
That was awful.
Oh my God.
That was the worst joke
It
I've
was
made
not as
yet.
bad as this match coming up, though.
No, it really
No.
wasn't.
Lex Luger versus Randy Savage. Lex Luger's title belt, Lex Luger's title shot, his career, his car, his firstborn son, all 10 of his toenails, and one thumb are all on the line against Randy Savage, who literally has nothing to lose.
No, he has nothing on the line for this. And this is a big blow off after weeks and weeks of preparation and story building. For some reason, Macho Man has nothing to lose, nothing really to gain either. And
Blow off.
Yeah.
It sure does blow.
Definitely puts the blow.
So sorry. I will pour this hot coffee on myself.
It
It has just been
Please.
a crazy last few days in wrestling. Yeah. From just title belts and steakhouses and champagne and Jim Cornette going off about mango strips. I thought it was going to be nice just to sit back with just something safe and easy and just, surprise free when it comes to wrestling. Oh no, this episode was not it.
No, I mean, it was definitely full of surprises if the surprise was the nap that you took in the middle of this match.
They're not good.
No.
It's like getting a bunch of mixed nuts and instead of like the main one being peanuts, it's thumbtacks and pictures of your ex-girlfriend.
Oh no.
Worst snack mix ever.
Trader Joe's, you did it again. You bastard.
Are these organic pictures of my ex-girlfriend? She looks very happy without me. God damn.
Jesus.
Sir, these thumbtacks are very green. They're fair trade.
Oh, I'll give you a fair trade. My ex-girlfriend for my money. Please, I want her back.
Please take my wife. So you haven't turned the channel yet.
Yeah.
If you feel bad, this is how we felt during this entire episode.
It was absolutely atrocious.
Lex Luger and Randy Savage with the most boring. This is supposed to be. They have been building this match since what? Episode 2?
2.
Randy
Yeah.
Savage has been bringing up how he doesn't like Lex Luger.
Yep.
He doesn't believe him. They've been going. The build to this match has been great. Great promos. Lex Luger coming out and telling Randy Savage to fuck off to his face.
Yep.
Telling him what's up. Really great. This is just the limpest noodle. It really is. They just hook up and they're literally, it's like watching two 4-year-olds just go nose to nose.
Honestly, 4-year-olds are way more exciting than this match was because 4-year-olds are volatile. You don't know what's going to happen. I can tell you exactly what was going to happen. You were going to get an elbow and collar tie-up for about 15 minutes.
And then a fight for a backslide pin. It's just not.
No.
It just feels like there's no heat.
No, there was
nothing-
no fire under this at
no,
all. The
like
ship was going nowhere.
And it doesn't have to be boring with the tie-ups and the test of. If you go back and you watch the Goldberg versus Diamond Dallas Page from Halloween Havoc 1998, and you'll probably get to see more of it than the people who are watching it live because it's the infamous promo where they just WCW just went over pay-per-view time and they cut it off and they had to pay a bunch of people. But we'll talk about that train wreck later. Let's talk about this one happening right now.
Yeah.
They just go for a tie-up and just go right over the top rope. And Goldberg and Diamond Dallas Page are just going at it. Like they're pissing each other. Here, it's just like nothing.
No. Well, what's weird though is it's nothing for us. The crowd is into this.
They're happy. I'll tell you, we're not doing this just to shit on Nitro.
No, we said that last week. We come into this with a place of joy in our heart and love for wrestling and love for Nitro. But if it's fucking boring, it's fucking boring.
My head's hitting the pillow, my fingers hitting the channel button.
Yeah, no, it was really bad. And I told myself if I was in 1995, this was the match of the evening I was looking forward to. This is the match they sold me on last week. If this match wasn't good, I'm turning the channel to Raw, or I'm turning the TV off, or I'm going to go, play on my Nintendo 64 or something else. I'm going to go do something else.
Was that out in 1995?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
We'll look at that later.
Maybe 96. Yeah, I don't want to stop the show to go through my phone and everything. Oh, hold on. It's not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Hold on. Well,
I don't want to use my data.
I have a better idea. Hey, Siri, when did the Nintendo 64 release in America?
Okay, I find this on the web for when did the Nintendo 64 released in America.
Well, that didn't help me at all.
It just said nothing.
Hey, I found it. Thanks. Bitch.
Here, look for yourself. It's too early, asshole.
It was 96. So,
okay. So
no,
you're playing on your Super Nintendo.
I was playing on my Super
Kicking
Nintendo.
ass at Super Metroid.
Absolutely.
Taking names.
Yeah.
No, the best parts of this match were Bobby Heenan saying Hogan in a neck brace couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, and Randy Anderson's glorious 90s mullet.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
That's it, really.
Well, then when the match ended,
Giant's choke slam was cool.
Giant has the greatest choke slam, honestly, at this point. When he's doing the fall with him, I love that. That looks great.
I kind of popped for the torture rack, but at this point, even the torture rack couldn't get me really hyped up.
I was hyped for it because it meant the match was over and Lex wasn't leaving the company. That was it. I was stoked for that.
So during the match, Mongo he's just going on. He doesn't really speak in complete sentences. It's like you're just pouring out endless cans of alphabet fucking soup and just your brain's just doing that thing where it goes through and tries picking out phrases that it can see. But I picked up something on my radar out of the fucking gibberish about him talking about the 1985 Super Bowl. And I want to put over Mongo McMichael may be like one of the worst wrestling commentators and a terrible wrestler. He's a superb football athlete.
Yeah.
He was a great defensive tackle. Mike Ditka said that he was one of the toughest, if not the toughest person he has ever coached.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not shitting on him. It's just his commentary here is just benign. It is just bar none terrible.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing: we're not shitting on any of these people as people. It's all about wrestling.
I'm shitting on Mongo McMichael's hair personally.
Well,
everything else below that, no.
I shit on his dog's outfits. 24/7.
Leave the dog alone.
No.
They should just let the dog do commentary.
It definitely would. They could. What was this, 95? You could have had the Taco Bell dog. It could have just.
I don't think the Taco Bell. Ask Siri about the Taco Bell.
Swear to God.
This whole episode's just going to be us Siriing things.
Hey Siri, when did the Taco Bell dog come out?
Chihuahua.
Whatever.
Okay, I find this on the
94 to 09.
Okay, yeah. No, you got it. Okay.
Eat shit.
Oh my God. Someone else that gets told to eat shit is Disco Inferno. He comes out just moving, grooving, just hammering and jammering. Bobby Heenan says when the Braves play the Rockies, they're not going to play the national anthem. They're going to play Disco's entrance music.
I will say, Disco was out there for an uncomfortably long amount of time.
Before Eddie Guerrero came out
Before
and
Eddie
told him.
came over and told him to stop. It
to
was
go in the back and put some ice in his drink.
I was expecting maybe like 3 to 7 seconds, and it was like 30. It was a half minute of him just dancing to his own music in place on the ramp, and the crowd's like, okay, it's Disco.
Guerrero comes out,
Yay.
and he is getting ready to put some work in with Mr. Dean Malenko.
Yeah, it was absolutely great. Before the match with Dean Malenko, they show Eddie beating Jushin Thunder Liger the night before with his frog splash, and I bet New Japan was
the night
happy.
before?
I think they said the night
That
before.
or Saturday night, one of those.
Yeah, I think they said the night before, but it was on Saturday night main event, so it might have been a misspeak by the commentary team.
Either way.
Yeah, either way.
Or I'm just a dick and I'm nitpicking you.
Hey, that's fine too. Whatever. We got to keep the show alive somehow, and Siri can't do it all on her own.
Pretty soon we're just gonna get sick of this. It's just gonna be like Siri doing the podcast for us.
Siri, read the Wikipedia, please.
Luger
for Monday Nitro.
was bad.
Wow.
Mongo was bad.
Fascinating.
I like Mortis.
Fascinating. Yeah.
If I'm ever sick or one of us can't fill in, I guess Siri will be the guest co-host.
I absolutely can make that happen.
Oh, so Heenan says if Malenko is the man of 1,000 holds, Eddie knows at least 999, and that is for sure.
Yeah. Oh
this
my God.
is a
yeah.
match where it is a test of knowledge. This is what I was looking for in the last match.
So
These guys are hungry.
Oh,
and yes,
yeah.
they're a lot younger, but they're just going at
they're
it.
younger, they're smaller. They've got time on their side, to say the least. But they've got the crowd eating out of the palm of their hand, but they're just pure athleticism. And I don't believe any of this was choreographed. I very well could be wrong, but it didn't look fluid enough to be choreographed. But it was certainly
Choreographed. You mean just like
as in
planned out before? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like they planned every single spot per movement. A lot of guys started doing that after Diamond Dallas Page was like, hey, maybe we could start doing that before the matches. This didn't look like it was necessarily that. They just had the in-ring chemistry to work at an incredibly fast pace.
Great.
It was excellent.
And the commentary team could not give a shit less about just the young, great talent in the ring right now, just going at it and trying to get somewhere. Mongo is talking about 1,000 holds. I know there's a book of 100 sex positions. Yeah. And then right there, I swore that I would never orgasm ever again.
No, you're not allowed. Because every time you do, you're going to think of Mongo.
Please stop.
No.
Please stop. So, let me ask you this. So you're running your own wrestling promotion.
Yes.
Putting on a wrestling show.
Sure.
You've got 2 young talents coming in. Just going at it. Doing a lot of great, just mat wrestling, just pure wrestling, really good. So let me ask you multiple choice. Do you A, keep the camera on them and just hype them up talk about, this is what we're talking about. This is what the other guys on the other show, they suck. They're not showing you this. We're showing you some great wrestling. This is athleticism. This is a serious sport. This is something to be taken serious. And these guys are going to show us what wrestling is all about. Or do you B, cut to Jimmy Hart screaming at Hulk Hogan?
So I obviously would pick A. However, anybody who is a veteran in wrestling is probably going to sit here and be like...
Anyone with an IQ over fucking 4.5.
Anybody who's a veteran in wrestling would say Hulk Hogan was the one drawing the money, so we need to focus on him.
A bowl of oatmeal is apparently running things around here.
Yeah, it was a fucking mess.
Not even dinosaur egg.
Less than halfway through this match, we're barely 2.5 minutes in, we're getting the
Less than that.
Yeah, we're getting the best action we have seen, period, on Nitro. Period. No week before this has had this kind of action.
I don't know if I agree with that, but it was definitely warming up and getting there.
It definitely...
It was quick.
They're
going at it. They started snapping.
Yeah, they did it right off the cuff. And as soon as it starts, you're really into it.
And what do you expect less from these two greats?
Exactly. With Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero, no, it doesn't really get much better than that, especially in terms of in-ring quality. But then you cut to Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart next to a limo, Hulk in his stupid fucking neck brace.
Yeah, no, Jimmy Hart's yelling at a limo. He's screaming Hulk Hogan through a limo door, begging him. Let me tell you what, Hogan, there's a really good match right now. Stay in the limo. Please, don't interrupt it. Hogan's like, no, brother, there's young talent. I'll tell you what, brother, if there's young talent, Hogan's got to come out and say some words during when they're having a good match, brother.
Just let me finish my bucatini first.
He's still eating They have not said a word about Pastamania.
No, they fucking haven't.
I wonder how, do you want a Siri? No. She's going to be like, I don't understand the question.
Hey,
Please.
Siri.
Oh,
hey,
God.
Siri, is Pastamania still happening?
Okay, I find this on the web for his pasta.
Pastamania is a fast casual restaurant chain in Singapore, Malaysia.
Wow. The only place that would put up with Hulk Hogan's bullshit. You've been banished to Malaysia, Hulkster.
Jesus.
I bet he has the title over there, too.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm the Malaysian Championship Wrestling.
Welcome to MCW, brother.
Oh, my God. Hulk Hogan's on the... I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. This episode doesn't need any more Hulk Hogan.
No, it really doesn't, but that's what you're going to get. So there was a gigantic dive from Eddie Guerrero from the top turnbuckle to the outside of the ring, over the corner steps, onto the concrete, onto Malenko. It must have been probably a 9 to 12 foot dive.
Yeah.
It was fucking giant.
Real quick, just the whole interview was just benign because Jimmy Hart's like, you won't believe what the Giant did to Macho Man Randy Savage. It's the same damn thing you did last week.
Yeah,
and Hulk Hogan was in the back and didn't do anything.
Yeah, no. I think that went without saying. I mean, quite frankly, if you've got Jimmy Hart and you've got Hulk Hogan on the screen, it's the same shit you heard.
Hogan. That's all this match is Hogan.
Yep. So you get back into the match, you see that dive, there's a big ass snap brainbuster that just looks devastating.
Massive. And they're not even putting it over.
And as soon as it happens, you hear, the locker room is going crazy. We're trying to get a camera back there because Hulk Hogan's back there.
It's like,
what?
They're putting on this match. They're calling Eddie a Mexican cliff diver, talking about Ecuador. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It makes no fucking sense.
Hulk Hogan, I talk about Savage's bald spot being mesmerizing. I think Hulk Hogan's bald spot has hypnotic powers.
The skull, it tells no lies.
Just the baldness, it just goes into your eyeballs and just consumes your central nervous system and puts it into a headlock.
Yeah, none of it made any sense to me at all.
Well, you know what, brother? Just take a look into Hulkster's male pattern baldness and try and tell me I'm wrong.
Stare deep into my skullet. You will understand wrestling.
Eddie with a quick pinfall, and I thought that would be a clinic, but...
it was for the people in the audience.
Yeah, I guess they had a great time.
Yeah, they had a great time.
Because no one else knew what the hell was going on because you barely got to see the match.
Yep. Dean, post-match, he comes up to Eddie, and you think he's going to assault him. And he grabs him and he turns him around and he says, hey, you got lucky. I want a rematch with you. And he holds out his hand to shake it, and Eddie says, all right, you're
you got
on.
it, brother.
You got it. And who knows if that's ever going to happen.
I'm sure Hulk Hogan will be there to do a promo over that match, too.
He's going to step right in the ring.
We'll wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and jump on a red-eye flight to interrupt a great match. Bobby Heenan says that the match did not have enough hair pulling or eye gouging. It's weird to think that Heenan enjoyed the same kind of sex that I do. Mean Gene.
Mean Gene's back.
Mean Gene's in the ring.
And guess who he's got?
Who
Guess who
is
he's
he
pulling
going
out?
to interview?
Who is he going to pull out of the back and say, I want to talk
Could
to
be
you?
anyone.
Oh, could be
Could
anybody.
it be a young talent?
Could it be Brian Pillman?
A new up and comer?
Could it be Jushin Thunder Liger?
Nope, Hulk Hogan.
Oh no!
I will say right now, who is our best dressed? You and I agree on this.
Oh, we wrote it down at the same time. The best dress goes to the Puerto Rican guy dressed in the Hulkamania garb,
the
right in
massive
the front.
man in the Hulk. When anyone gets near him, he is on his feet, fireballing at these people. He has the Hulk Hogan shirt, the Hulkster bandana. He is going off.
Yeah, he is stoked to be there.
I swear, I don't know if he probably told Lex Luthor to go fuck his mother when he got near him.
Had to have.
Fuck Jimmy Hart. The Hulk Hogan needs this man.
Absolutely.
This man will die on the cross for Hulk Hogan.
And Hulk Hogan wouldn't even give him a high five.
Nothing. No.
Nothing.
I was waiting for the interaction for him to go up. Nothing.
Nothing. He skipped right over top of him.
He is being the serious brother right now.
Yeah.
He's in the neck brace, which, my God.
Oh, wait, hold on. Did you say he's the serious Hulk Hogan?
He's the serious Hulk Hogan.
He's the serious Hulk. When that big stinky giant.
Still saying he smells.
Why?
There's a million other things you could say about somebody besides the fact they smell.
Yeah, it's completely ridiculous. I said that like 16 times this episode, but this whole episode is shit.
For a minute-long and they're going off. The promo goes on for literally, I feel like less than 90 seconds.
Yeah, it's 90
probably
seconds.
less than a minute.
He does a circle around the ring. An old woman with a cane comes out and starts beating Hulk and the security.
The old lady from the Sylvester and Tweety Bird show.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That is a dated reference.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Feeling Old.
Old lady comes into goes over the barricade and starts beating him with a cane.
Throws a brick of cocaine in his face.
Yeah, she throws the fucking. Here, Hulk, you didn't get it earlier.
Hogan
I
was
got your
pumped for
supply.
a minute. She
Yeah.
comes out, starts just liberally beating him and Jimmy Hart with that cane.
Mm-hmm. Turns out it was the Taskmaster all along.
Yep, and
Who would've
Mongo
thought?
says, this is what makes Nitro exciting.
Yeah.
WWF already won.
Yeah,
It's
no,
over.
it was over.
There's no Monday Night War. It's done.
This is it.
Monday Night Fizzle.
Yeah, then you get Zodiac and Giant into the ring. Giant rips the neck brace off and snaps Hogan's neck again, and somehow Hogan miraculously is not dead. Honestly, if they didn't pull him out of there in a stretcher, I would have been so disappointed in that audience.
Giant snaps Hogan's neck because he's like, how dare you interrupt Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko having a match.
That guy's gonna feed me some shitty burritos in 10 years.
So then, shut up.
That's
so
my
then,
favorite promo in history.
So then, out of all the classic, like, just totally disrupt our subject matter and talk about WWE. Is that your favorite SmackDown moment? Is Eddie feeding him the shit burrito?
And he's stuck in the fucking stall and he kicks the door in on him. It's hilarious. It's quality.
Wow. Who would have thought if you would just let young talent do their thing, you'd get great wrestling? Apparently no. But we keep going on about this. That is one of the reasons WCW failed. They just rely on someone who I don't want to be a dick, like, he's past his prime because Hulk Hogan's still drawing. He's still a big name.
He's absolutely
He's
still
going to be a
drawing.
big name for the next however many years.
I think he starts fading off in about a year or two.
That's why they turn him heel.
But he turns heel and reignites immediately, probably bigger than ever.
Probably bigger than ever. Huge resurgence.
Yeah.
But at just the fates of these young, great talents who are here to really put on some great matches.
I mean, it's no different than what you're seeing today with WWE. A lot of people have been complaining about that. I mean, you still have the Undertaker
They
wrestling
still
Goldberg.
have a lot of great stuff.
They do have a lot of good
Where
stuff. They have a
you
lot of
don't
great
have
young
the younger-
talent.
Yeah, I know they bring
But
a
you
lot of...
also have tag teams that have a combined age of over 210 years old. You still have dumb
Yeah.
shit like that. And they're not drawing. They're not pulling money.
We're not...
Okay? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. People aren't learning from their mistakes.
No, and it's just...
I'm not saying that everybody in WWE needs to go back and watch this October whatever episode of Nitro.
Please
1995.
don't do this to yourself.
No, but I am just saying that maybe if you did, you would realize that you're just repeating history and it's been the same bullshit for fucking 14 years.
I will go back and say, yeah, they book people, enough current day stuff, but I will say that they do book people incorrectly to where they're not building them up.
Right.
Or letting them do their thing.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the past.
So back to Kevin Sullivan giving Hulk Hogan a Hitler mustache
Yeah,
in the middle of the ring
I forgot about that.
in front of hundreds, just a huge crowd. You would think you would know that if you're going to shave a man, what did Kevin Sullivan know about Hulk Hogan that we didn't. And he was trying to tell us what was coming. And then about
look at your God. Look at him. Look at him in the face. Are you not entertained?
You think he's so great? Ask him how he feels about people of color. Do it, America! But he gives him a Hitler mustache.
And the American males are pissed, so they come out to fucking save the day.
Because if I'm in a shit show, that's who I want coming to save me. Marcus Bagwell and Scotty Riggs.
Yep.
I'd be like, oh no, just take me.
As soon as I saw them come out, they got demolished immediately. It was, there they go.
Giant flattens them. He flattens the Nasty Boys. They start cutting Hulk Hogan's fucking hair.
Dude, I forgot the fucking... so the Nasty Boys were there, and that just bothered me, because that means somebody paid them money to show up. And if you paid the Nasty Boys in gas station burgers, you're still paying them more than what they deserve. Get them the fuck off my television.
So, let's recap. Hogan. Bye-bye Hulk Hogan's mustache. Bye-bye Hulk Hogan's hair. His neck hurty. It done. That is just, everything that's been building up to, just nothing matters. Hogan.
I even wrote down, why isn't this segment over? Because it wouldn't fucking stop. And then I realized we've still got 13 minutes left of this episode. This is a 45-minute episode. There's only 13 left. And 90% of it, it's not the best, but it's good.
No, it's the best 13 minutes of this whole show. Best.
Okay, fine. It has to be the best 13 minutes. Only because the Eddie Guerrero-Dean Malenko match got cut short.
That would have been, head to head.
Yeah.
Two very different styles, same thing. Very, very great.
Yeah.
A lot of fire, a lot of passion.
It was really good.
Arn Anderson versus Ric Flair is carrying Nitro at this point for me.
Absolutely. Which I was telling Peace, I was like, I'm getting a little bit bored of this, but excuse me, this was a really good blow-off match. I mean, I know it's not technically a blow-off match. They've already had some matches before, but this is kind of, you know, they keep doing these culmination things. Somebody keeps calling one another out. They keep having good matches, and the crowd keeps loving it and keeps selling
so
tickets.
You're just describing wrestling as a whole.
Yes, exactly. Imagine if you just did wrestling on a wrestling show instead of...
So don't shave old men.
No, don't shave old men on television.
Don't wear a dress and shave old men.
No. It's probably...
That's why I haven't gotten anywhere in life.
Yeah. Actually, though, look at you.
I've done both these things, just never at the same time. Maybe that's just where things aren't clicking.
It's just not working for you.
Where the cylinders aren't firing right there, folks. Yeah. So Heenan, so they're asking, where is Lex Luger during this? Heenan says that Luger was minding his own business. So Lex Luger confirmed libertarian?
Yes.
Luger Johnson 2020.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mongo said Luger was probably eating a snow cone.
What? Did he really?
Put to death, America.
Jesus Christ.
Put him on trial for the crimes he has committed.
I wrote down earlier that I'd not been paying attention to the commentary at all this
episode. If we did it in Nuremberg, we can do it now.
Oh, Jesus.
Send Mongo McMichael to Israel and have them put him on trial for his crimes against humanity and his crimes against the people as a whole.
Do you like the dog? We like the dog.
That whole
Thank you for the dog.
I want to call my surprise witness my dog. What was the dog's name again?
Fucked if I know.
I'm mad because I don't remember that.
Yeah,
the dog comes up and just that dog sadly is probably not with us anymore, which is very sad.
Absolutely not. No way. This was 1995.
Yeah, but the dog comes up and they put the mic on him and he's just sitting there and he's just like staring and sniffing.
Yo
and
quiero Taco Bell.
The jury's just like, oh. And Mongo McMichael just walks a free man because the dog. I hope you're enjoying this courtroom drama right now.
30 minutes of this.
So the match starts off. The match starts off with fire.
Absolutely. Sorry, I was enjoying my my aid of Gator. No, Flair comes out and he is just chopping down Arn, man. He's just throwing these chops left and right.
They're going at it. Arn is just twisting his arm up and just stomping on him.
Oh, it's fucking great. They're playing dirty. Any kind of offense that one person gets, it's immediately a thumb to the eye from the other one. It's like you're just mashing the R2 button when you're playing Here Comes the Pain.
Flair chops him and throws him into the fucking guardrail.
Oh, yeah.
This match is very simple, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's two people.
Where's my tennis racket? Let me tell you about some bitch in wrestling.
It's two people who are clearly pissed off at each other. They want blood. They want the other person down. They will do it no matter what it takes. They will thumb to the eye. They will throw them into the guardrail. They will take...
This match looks like it hurts.
Yeah, it looks painful. It looks good. from the outside in.
It is the best 13 minutes of this. Sorry, the match didn't go 13 minutes.
No,
Of course they've got
not.
to talk at the end.
No, it goes 9.
It's the best,
9 or 10.
best about, I would say, 10 minutes rounded of action you're going to get all during this episode.
Absolutely. So you get a lot of hot action. Eventually, Ric Flair gets the figure 4 right in the middle of the ring.
Oh, don't forget about Arn's big, huge, nasty spine buster.
I think I was looking away from that. I may have missed that one. I'll rewatch just for that spine buster.
Rick throws a stiff hand at Arn. It's like me going after an Eagles fan. They are putting on like they are just done with each other. They're just like, look, all the young people in this audience are going to watch a man die before this is over. This is what the Luger Savage match should have been.
But it wasn't.
Oh.
Instead, it was two men hugging.
I was waiting for just like them to be like, all right, we're going to cut to the back where Hulk Hogan's being stretchered into the goddamn ambulance. I was waiting for Hulk Hogan to just rear his nasty bronze face.
His big stinky head in
his
this match.
Big stinky head.
No, we did not get Hulk Hogan though. Thankfully, we got a complete match, almost a complete match.
Yeah,
Because-
Hulk dude is hyped. The dude dressed in the Hulk gear, he is standing up, blocking like 8 rows of people's view.
Yeah, he was beyond hyped.
Pillman comes out, attacks Flair, and just stiff shots and chop. Brian Pillman putting out a great performance here.
Absolutely. Brian Pillman was one of the...
Why are these people so good?
They're better than us.
And they're just not. Well, obviously. Disco Inferno's a better wrestler than us.
Absolutely.
100%.
It's not even a question. He was on Nitro. I wasn't. He's probably a better podcaster than I am.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Look, see, the whole thing broke. We're just going to leave that in. No, I'm not even going to hit the marker. No, fuck it.
No, Disco Inferno is a way better podcaster than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I'm just like, and you. I'm better than you. Sip my coffee.
Yeah, I just let the computer fucking break for 2 seconds. I'm not even going to fix it later. Fuck it. This is good material. Fuck it.
So they say that Nick Bockwinkel has made it official. It's going to be Flair and Arn in a cage match. God, that's going to be great.
It is going to be great. I'm not going to lie, though. I would have much rather seen Flair versus Pillman and seen Flair put down Pillman finally for all of the shenanigans he's caused.
Well, he did that a few weeks ago when he just made him tap in the figure 4.
Sure, but put him down in the cage. Put him down so he doesn't want to do it ever again. Make sure he knows to stay down. And then go after Arn and maybe, a 2 out of 3 falls, something like that. I think that would have been a cooler setup, but I'm not against this. I'm excited to see Flair versus Arn next week.
Is it next week?
I think
we'll
that's
have
what
to
they
see.
said.
I don't want to say it's next week. I know they're going to have a cage match. We'll see.
Yeah, they definitely have a cage match coming up.
Arn Anderson wrestling Ric Flair
next week. Done. Are they wrestling next week in a steel cage?
So,
I'd watch that.
You tuning in next week? If you didn't have to.
Obviously, if I didn't have to.
For real, though, I'm being dead serious.
No, if I didn't have to, I don't think I would have made it through this episode. I think I would have turned to the channel and then not watched next week. Plain and simple. I don't even think I would have made it through. Because I think I would have turned off the show after the Lex and Macho match had I not turned the channel there by some freak accident. Had I continued watching and saw the Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko match, maybe.
Then you would have wanted to turn it off again.
I would have been really upset after that, honestly.
You would have missed Hulk Hogan getting shaved in the middle of the ring, bud.
And that's if I kept watching and I saw that, I'm not watching. If I saw the Ric Flair and Arn Anderson match, if I managed to get to the very end and saw that and they said next week we're doing them in a steel cage, which allegedly it's next week. I don't remember off the top of my head. Did I write it out? Yeah, next week. It is next week.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it says next. That's what I wrote down. So if I knew for a 100% fact we're getting that next week, that would be enough for me to tune in. And I would even probably tune in for the last 15 to 20 minutes specifically. I wouldn't even hesitate not watching the first half of it because this was so atrocious. I really, really hated this. This was my least favorite episode by far.
By far.
Even worse than the first episode. This sucks.
God, you need to get off that.
That episode sucks.
It doesn't suck.
It sucks.
It does not.
It does.
This episode sucks.
Yeah, this episode is right above it in terms of suckiness.
It is just
I'm going to make a fucking list
deep-
of which episodes suck the most. And I'm going to put this one at the top and the first episode right underneath it.
I'm going to hack a loogie in that list and ball it up and throw it at your oldest living relative.
Yeah,
and they'll probably kick my ass.
Absolutely.
They're just Florida wild men.
They're tough.
They go off about what's going on, or they don't go off. They talk about what's coming up next week. It's so allegedly Arn and Flair, Sting versus the Shark, Sabu versus Jerry Lynn in the Mask, and Big Bubba versus Hawk.
Yeah.
So I guess I gotta tune in.
Yeah, and knowing that card, I would tune in for that. But if I didn't have any of that information, I would not have tuned in. Seeing the end of this match, knowing what's coming up next week, yeah, I'll tune in for next week's card. It looks good. It looks like a good card to me.
I wonder how many matches Hulk Hogan's going to talk over.
All of them.
Everyone.
Every single one. He's on commentary. They're replacing Mongo with him.
They're going to do like a screen inside a screen. The wrestling matches will be in a box that's like a 1x3 box. And it's just going to be Hulk Hogan at home making a smoothie, telling you about how he feels about things.
God, that would be excellent, I suppose. Wonderful. Fantastic. Real quick.
Better than watching him get shaved?
No, nothing was better than that. That drew. That was ratings. That was money, buddy. Don't you know?
Come on down to the wrestling show. We're going to shave an old man.
While wearing dresses.
You know what? If it wasn't for wrestling, I would go and watch a bunch of people wearing dresses shave old men. But not when I'm being promised great wrestling.
No, if this was RuPaul, I would absolutely do it. But not with WCW. So we talk about this nearly every single, if not every single episode. I really dislike how they always come back to the commentary team and that's how they finish up the show instead of on a highlight of the matches or something like that. So this episode didn't bother me nearly as much. I don't know if you guys can hear
Is
that
your neighbor's dog that is barking right fucking now?
Yeah, isn't that great?
Wow.
Yeah.
Big money production here, folks. Big money production.
Welcome to the Midwest. But
it's two guys in a sweaty condo.
It's really sweaty.
Drinking White Castle coffee.
In this fucking jersey.
Dude, you feel them. One of us is wearing a Dolphins jersey. That should tell you what kind of people you're dealing with right now.
They're not good people. But no, so this episode, they went off. They had everybody talking at the camera, which was fine. They went over all the card next week, which was better than usual. I enjoyed that we went off describing exactly what we're getting in the following week. That's much better than them just standing there or just sitting there and talking at you. But I thought Brian Pillman gave a great facial animation as he was running past the camera back up to the ramp.
Everything he does is great.
It was fucking great. He had this crazed look in his eye. If they just did that and they showed him and Arn Anderson, arms in the air, victorious, standing over, just standing above the crowd on the ramp.
Busted up Ric Flair.
Oh, yeah.
Just a
and then they
one-on-one just fight.
And then they fade out, and that's the end of the episode. And they put the segment of where who's wrestling next week. With the all the card they just mentioned with the Shark versus Sting and all of that.
Hulk Hogan interrupt next week.
If they put all of that before the Arn Anderson match, I'm just saying if we just rearranged a couple of things, that would have saved the ending of this show and made it a lot better. Just right off the cuff. I mean, it's not going to get rid of literally the past 30 minutes before it, but it does make your ending 16 times more solid.
Hulk Hogan is a lot like our children. Well, not yours because they're black.
Yeah, it's true.
And they like each other. But it's just sitting there watching wrestling. He is just the proverbial child coming up and talking to you about something and wanting juice.
Hey.
Drew a picture of a stegosaurus. My daughter drawing a stegosaurus is better than any Hulk Hogan match.
Absolutely.
I'll put money on that.
Yeah.
And with that fact, I think you're going to get played out here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
right.
This is a much shorter episode than usual, thank God, because it means we don't have to keep talking about this shit-ass episode. 38 minutes.
38 minutes? We can pad this out for another 10. Fuck it, they do it on Nitro.
Oh my God.
Let's come back and do some shitty dog turd gags.
You know what's funny is we could have totally kept the first 12 minutes that we recorded. We wound up cutting it. It just wasn't as good as our usual standard of quality. The seal of Nintendo that you get.
I needed a bathroom break in my life.
I just needed to do something.
Real quick, before the episode ends, I want to call you out publicly. Why are you always getting mad at me when I'm telling you where the best bathrooms are?
I don't know.
You just get upset. We were talking about like how much we hate Field and Stream. And I was like, yeah, great bathrooms though. Best place to poop, bar none. And you're like, only fucking you. I'm like,
only you.
What? I'm trying to let you know where's a comfortable place to do your business.
Because I'm still not going to go to the Field and Stream because I'll shit anywhere.
I will
literally
take
anywhere.
My mail and go in my slippers and my Dale Earnhardt shirt down to the Field and Stream in my pajamas and go in their bathroom stall and do my business for an hour. Make all the phone calls I need to make for the day. Just go through my all my junk mail, everything else, all the credit card thing, get rid of it. Like,
just flush them in the next stall. Just shoving him down.
I'm just trying to tell you the most comfortable places to go.
And I
And you're
appreciate
upset
that.
with me.
I appreciate the offer, but I just don't give a shit.
Some shitty talk for a shitty episode of Nitro.
This episode was completely fucking terrible. Avoid this at all costs.
Except for the last 13 minutes.
Yeah.
If you want to see Hogan get a Hitler mustache, then yeah, you can watch that.
I guess, if you have the network, you can actually skip directly to that section. Yeah, you can watch that part.
Is that really one of the the descriptor
Yeah.
bumps they have? Hulk Hogan gets Hitler mustache.
We should look at that. Hey Siri, can you show me images of Hulk Hogan with a Hitler mustache?
What's it? She couldn't. Lies. You lie to us.
Well, we found it. Don't worry.
All right. Well, you guys have a great Monday morning. We'll see you next Monday.
Yes, thank you.
Hopefully no one blindsides you with a handful of cocaine and shaves your facial hair to make you look like a racist dictator.
Hopefully Hulk Hogan doesn't show up in your next corporate meeting just trying to yell about anything and everything that he can.
Oh man, I've got this big presentation I'm worried about. I got all my notes.
Hey there, brother. Can you help me with this neck brace?
That's what Hogan should be doing. You should just hire him to interrupt uncomfortable things.
Oh, that would be great.
So like, I'm having this birthday party for my daughter coming up, and it's going to be my two sets of divorced parents. They obviously divorce and remarry, and so did my fiance's parents. They get to meet for the first time, and they are just that is just a powder.
No, they're all meeting for the first time?
At my daughter, my daughter's birthday. Oh yeah. So I wish I could just have Hulk Hogan come in, do some very, very choreographed interrupting.
Everybody, I brought pasta. I hope you're hungry, brother.
You just be like, thank God he is here. And then my mom does a sick dive off the couch onto my fiance's stepdad, and we just don't pay attention to it.
No, you just can't. You can't look at that.
Oh my God. But if you're watching this while you're driving, pay attention to the road. Have a great Monday morning. Salute to all of you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you once again for joining us. Have an enjoyable Monday morning. We love you all. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.